Welcome to 2022. It's the start of the new year. We started with a low inventory. At this time of the year, I do see multiple offers coming in. Maybe not 15 plus, but still 6, 7 plus. It is still a very competitive market. If you're a buyer and wondering what sellers look for in an offer, I will be talking about that in this video. My name is Avani Parikh. I work as a Realtor in Bergen County. I work with both buyers and sellers. When working with a seller, we mostly review the offers together. In today's video, I will be going over what sellers really look for when they are making that choice. I use that same information when working with my buyer clients when they are ready to make offers on their dream homes. Remember, no matter how crazy the market is, I never recommend my buyers to completely waive all the contingencies. But let's jump into the criterias. First, is the purchase price. Price is usually not the only criteria. However, if your offer is way below the highest offer, then no matter how much you sweeten the deal, most likely you are not getting that offer accepted. My sellers have rejected cash offers that were lower than financed offers. Ultimately, it's all about the bottom line. And funnily enough, the number of cash offers has recently increased too. So a lower cash offer might be competing against a higher cash offer. So while cash is king and a cash offer definitely has its own advantages, if a financed offer is much higher and offers one or more combination of deals that I will be talking about, then the best price and terms will win. If you're a buyer in this current market and have already made offers, you might have come across the term highest and best. Highest, of course, refers to the highest price that you can pay for the house. And best mainly refers to the terms. Closing time frame. Is the house vacant? Are the sellers in a hurry to move out? If yes, then the closing time frame does become crucial. Sellers might prefer for someone to close within 30 days versus someone who takes 45 to 60 days. Why pay the extra mortgage, taxes, maintenance? Also, when time frames are important, the standard New Jersey Realtor's contract has a 14-day time for inspections to be completed. These durations can be shortened, meaning the faster the inspection is done, the earlier a seller and a buyer would know whether the deal will go ahead or not. Second is the deposit. A higher deposit shows that a buyer is serious about the purchase. These deposits are a part of the down payment. If the buyer breaches the contract, then these deposits can be held as penalty either fully or partially. However, know that these contracts are written to also protect the buyers, meaning if any of the contingencies, I'll talk about them in a bit, are not fulfilled, then the deposit monies are refunded back to the buyer. So if the buyer has intentions to close on the property, then a higher deposit shows good faith and buyer seriousness. The type of loan. Why should the sellers care about the type of loan as long as they are getting all their monies at closing? Isn't it? There are many loan products in the market that cater to different consumers with different goals towards their home ownership. However, these different loan products translate into different down payments. Somehow, sellers feel that a buyer with a higher down payment, 20 plus, is a more qualified buyer. That may not necessarily be true. I myself have buyers who are very well qualified, but they need the funds for renovations, so they might go for FHA loans. Also, along with the lower down payment, FHA sends FHA appraisers who also look for the structural integrity of the house, the interiors and exteriors, the various fixtures and systems. If they find an issue with any of those, the lender will only release the funds or the loan once these issues have been resolved. Conventional loan, on the other hand, is more lax as far as the condition of the house. It just has to be habitable or livable. Appealing paint does not bother them. So, if the FHA or VA loans are the only loans that you can get, make sure you're properly qualified by a lender, and hopefully the lender is able to speak to the listing agent to mention how well qualified you are. Contingencies. So there are various types of contingencies. One can be the home sale contingency, which means that you have an existing home to sell for you to be able to buy this house. This naturally is not as favorable as someone who does not have that contingency. Because of course, if your existing house sale falls for whatever reason, that means you cannot close on the house that you intend to purchase. The New Jersey Standard Realtors contract has up to 14 days to conduct inspections. Inspection contingency. I never ask my clients to completely waive the inspections. This mistake may cost them their life worth of savings or more. But I have also seen some buyers nickel and dime the sellers based on every inspection recommendations that are in the inspection report. No house is perfect, not even a brand new construction. The offer can be framed to waive cosmetic and small repairs. Mortgage contingency. If you are a cash buyer, you don't have mortgage contingency. Unfortunately, most of us do not have that kind of cash sitting in our bank accounts that we can purchase a house outright. We have to finance or take a mortgage. A buyer may be unable to get mortgage for a couple of reasons. Maybe the appraisal came in too low, or unemployment, or big purchases while under contract, like purchase of a car. These things may increase your debt to income ratio. These may also cause to lower your credit score. For a variety of reasons, the lender may not agree to give you the mortgage. Alternatively, if you don't have the cash to buy the house and you're not getting the mortgage, there is really no way you can waive the mortgage contingency. Appraisal contingency. The appraisal contingency waiver can be an effective tool in making the offer stronger. A lender will send an appraiser to appraise the value of the house based on which they will give the loan. However, if the house doesn't appraise at the purchase price, it may kill the deal. Before these contingency waivers became immensely popular, there were some buyers who put in ridiculously high offers, hoping to get their offer accepted, knowing very well that the house will not appraise, and then they can get the seller back on the negotiating table. To offset this, many offers have appraisal gap waivers. These can be full or partial. This gives the seller some relief that even if the house doesn't appraise in this wild market, the buyer will be able to bring the difference out of pocket. Whenever possible, it is important for your realtor to call the listing agent and find out what is important for the seller, the sale of the house. Maybe some of those points can be incorporated in the offer. Also, please make sure that you work with a professional realtor who really knows how to write contracts. Assuming that the purchase price and the terms are pretty similar amongst multiple offers, the buyer's motivation will come into play. And who will communicate this motivation to the sellers? Your realtor. Almost every accepted offer of mine which had multiple bids, which is mostly 2020, 2021, and even before that, I had to constantly market my buyers to the listing agent and show them why they were an amazing fit for this property. However, for me to convince the listing agent, I have to be convinced about my buyer's motivation. So, buyer letters, escalation clauses, waiver clauses, leaseback clauses where necessary, shortening escrow timelines where necessary, realtor communication. A combination of these factors will help your offer to really stand out amongst multiple offers. So, good luck to you, and may you own the house of your dreams in 2022. And if any of this was useful or you think someone else may benefit from this information, please feel free to share, like, and subscribe so this content can be reached to more people who are in similar scenario. Thank you.